Hi, MacArthur. Let me know when you can hear me.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
It's good to see ya. All righty. So, you were helping your aunt out, you said. Did she have to move
Bruh.
or something?
Duh, she's just like she's like very old and like handicapped. So like
Oh,
when she goes
no.
shopping, it's usually my little
Yeah.
brother, but he's at basic right now for the Air Force.
Oh, got it.
So I was like, I
You
guess I gotta
stepped up.
go. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. That's really nice. That's really sweet. All righty. Well, diving in today. So what would you say would be the most useful thing for us to focus on today? Do you want to be working on the book more? Do you want us to focus on some character voices, some commercials? Do you want to submit an audition?
We can work on some character voices because the
Awesome.
only thing about the book is
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing wrong, but so
Yeah.
like for ACX, two of them I couldn't get under the peaks DB negative the -3 decimal points. They
Yeah.
wouldn't they I think I was doing what you said. I want to say I was because the for
Okay.
chapter two it changed. It was RMS DB RMS 5.2. This is values -17.8. And I was like, wait, I don't know what I did different on that one. So I was like, that one I was really confused on. And I
Yeah.
was like, huh. And
Yeah.
I
So
was trying to
something
read it.
changed, but
Yeah.
but
And
it wasn't what you wanted.
yeah. And then the first two didn't change, but I did the same thing. So I was really confused and I was like, yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay. Um, maybe do you still have the raw vocal?
Yes, I should, yes.
Can you maybe export the raw vocal as MP3 and maybe like we transfer it to me or email it to me,
Okay.
and then I will play with it and see what we need.
Gotcha.
Because clearly something's being funky with it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was just like, and I was like, I clicked on the thing to
Or
try
we
to
could
read
work on it
it,
right now if you want, because
working
they
on it.
have the what's it called? The ACX audio audio lab sound check.
Yeah, I'm down to work on it. I don't really know what I'll be doing, but yes, I'm down to work on it.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Okay, audio lab. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna send you the link to the audio lab. So before you upload them to your project page, you can check them here. You can actually, if you want, in the chat, you can click on the paper with the edge folded over the file button and upload the files. And then we can see if we can figure out what's up with them. But I know it does, when you're first doing this, it takes a little bit to figure out your audio files and what they need and getting them, perfectly aligned with their values.
Where do I find the paper with the edge folded over it?
Oh, so if you go to chat, then at the bottom you're gonna see there's a T with a pencil, a smiley face, and then there's like a
Oh,
paper picture,
I was totally
and
looking
then
in the wrong
screenshot is
place.
next to that. So if you click the little paper button,
Gotcha. And then
and then you can actually upload the file. So if you want to upload a file there, then we can play with it and see if we can figure out what's going on. So if we plug it into this audio lab, it'll tell us exactly what we need to change in order to have it fit the parameters. I know it always takes me a second to find the file and upload it to. I think you can drag and drop it as well, if that's a little bit easier.
all right. It should be, I think, yeah, sending
Yeah.
chapter one. It's like
Okay.
halfway there, I think, loading or sending.
Ah, got it. Yeah, it takes a minute
Yeah.
to upload. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I was just like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like trying to
Yeah.
read the thing, and I'm like, ah,
Yeah, and you're like, "Ah, I don't know."
yeah.
Hey,
Because like
that's okay.
I didn't even like touch chapter three yet. Like I finished it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna change it in MP3 yet or anything. I'm just gonna see what cha the
Yeah,
introduction to chapter one and chapter two does. I was like,
I get it. Once it uploads, do you have to like send it through afterwards?
I have no idea. It just looked like it looked like it started over for some reason.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's almost there. I think this time. I hope.
It's fine. Technology. For character scripts though, did you have any like particular characters or character types that you want to work on?
Okay, it just went. Let's see. I had one. That's kind of why I wanted to
Perfect.
do it because
Yeah.
I had one like in my head. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be kind of a fun character to do. And but it's not really a character. I guess it's like a creature. And I guess it's because
Ah,
like
nice.
I was watching the Super Bowl and Stitch showed up, and I was like, I wonder if I can do a Stitch voice
That's
or like a creature
awesome.
character type voice. So I guess
That'd
like
be
a
really
Stitch or
fun.
like a creature
Okay.
voice ish.
Absolutely.
But did you get it, the file? I think.
Yep, I
Okay.
am just saving it where I'll find it again before I play it. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So then I'm going to put it into the audio lab and see what it says. So it's pretty easy to use. Once you're to the audio lab, you can just like search audio lab and you'll find it. Um, and then you can go to wherever your file is and upload it. Do, 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 do. What was it saved as? Chapter two, wait,
Should be chapter one.
chapter one, New
I
Orleans. New
think.
Orleans. Okay.
I
So
hope I
then no files analyzed yet. It's uploading, but we'll see what it says. It's going to tell us what's off with it. Um, they do have the most strict parameters of any business company that I've done voiceover for in the past. So just know that pretty much everybody struggles with it. So you're not alone.
copy that. Copy
All
that.
right, so peaks, value 0. Peaks exceed 0 decibels. Reduce peaks to below -3 decibel. Read guidance section 1, adjusting high peaks. Okay, so you went and read that and you were like, I don't know what that means. Okay, so usually it tells you exactly how far above it goes. Um, but if it's saying 0 and -3, you should be able to go and just do probably the simplest would be doing the amplifier and then so I'll show you. If we go, I'm going to stop share and then share Audacity instead. All right. So I'm going to open up, that's the wrong place. Here we go. In here, students, where are you? There you are. All right, McArthur. I'm going to open it up. The easiest thing is probably just to do amplify and then go -3 because that's what it's saying. However, I think that if we just change your setting with your limiter, that's going to fix it. Um, so when you go to volume and compression, if you go to limiter, you want the threshold here to say -3. Can you check that in your settings?
Copy that.
And another place you can look is Yeah, I would check your limiter is what I would check and have it set to threshold decibel -3 right there.
Okay, yeah, it was at 5. So
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
I swear I pressed
Um,
-3
oh, it's okay. It's
before.
just the thing. But the easiest
Happened.
thing at this point is going to be going to amplify and then just do exactly what they said, which was -3, right? So then we apply that and you see it makes it all softer. So it was saying that it was exceeding the decibel limit that it wanted.
Gotcha.
So if they say 0 and -3, just go to amplify and do -3, and it hopefully will be what they want now. If not, I'll play with it a little bit more. So I need to go to students, save it there. Katha, edit. Oops. Edit it. Save. All right. All right, so I'm going to check it again, analyze another file. And there's the edit one. Open. We will see what it says. Alrighty. Where is it? This one? Okay. All right. So it's thinking. Yeah. If it talks about peaks, oh, that's hilarious. Now it's too low. So I need to raise the file by 1.6. So you see, this is what it normally looks like. They said the peaks were too high. Now, usually with peaks, it doesn't mean that generally it's too soft. It means that there are just moments where you like suddenly are like, bah, louder. So
Gotcha.
usually doing like compressor and limiter is going to help with that. That's why I said to change your settings in your limiter. Um, but like normally they give a more specific value. So like when we look here, RMS, decibel RMS, we have -24.6. RMS is too low. Raise the level of the file by 1.6. So for this, I'm going to go to amplify and do 1.6. So when you see peaks, we're going to try compressing and using the limiter to get the loud softer and the softs louder.
Gotcha.
And for the when it says RMS, it specifically says raise the level of this file by 1.6 decibels. So when you see that, you're going to go do amplify. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit, undo what I already did. I'm going to go back to Audacity. All right, so I did edit, undo, and now it's back to where it was before. So what I'm going to do is go to here and say we're going to compress it. So those peaks come down and I'm going to add the limiter. All right. And then I'm also just going to drop the volume a tiny bit as well and see if that fixes it. All right. So I'm going to export audio. So I undid what I had done before. Cancel. Uh, Replace. And then I just redid everything. And I have to confirm multiple times that yes, I want to replace the file. All right, so now I'm gonna go back, oops, to Chrome, and I'm gonna analyze again because I redid it and see what it says. So I did compressor limiter and I lowered the volume slightly. And now we'll know if that fixed it. No issues found. So your
Okay.
peaks being too high, the compressor and limiter are going to fix that. And then the RMS, raise the level of the file, that's just telling you volume, strictly amplify.
So
Yeah?
that's amp. So when it's okay, so chapter 2 is RMS, so that would be amplified. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if it's
Okay.
talking about the RMS, if it tells you like lower or like if it says negative 1.6 or like 1.6. So it specifically says it's too low, which means it's too soft to raise the level of the file by 1.6 decibels. So you just do 1.6 decibels and it should be perfect. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
put the file that we just changed into the chat so that then hopefully you can just use that one. What's crazy is I've actually had before, like I edited something and sent it to people and then they put it in and they were like, it's saying it's wrong. And I'm like, how? All right, so I think it just sent through to you. Um, all right, so for number two, what does it say? Do you want to share your screen with me? Let's make sure that you can share your screen with me. All right, there you go. You should be able to do everything now. Okay, so if you want to show me what it says when you go in, that would be cool. And then we can go through and figure out exactly what's going on.
Okay. Is it sharing right?
Yep, now it is. Perfect.
Okay.
It was just loading for a second. Great.
Then blank.
Alrighty, so if you click see details, we just fixed one. Introduction. All right, so for two, RMS is too high, lower the level by 5.2. So you're just too loud, is what that means.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
let's go ahead and go into Audacity, and then you're going to go to Amplify and then do negative 5.2. Sometimes I fix one thing and then it tells me to do another, and that's okay too. We just play with it. But eventually you'll find like the formula that works for your setup, and you'll be like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this. And then you'll just figure it out based on your setup. Yeah, so you're just gonna do negative 5 point what 9? What did it say?
Oh, oh, dang it.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm talking to myself.
5.2.
5.2.
5.2.
Gotcha.
Negative 5.2.
Oh, what did I
Back to Audacity.
do? Why did
Oh, it's hiding.
okay, wait.
So this would
Oh
be
yeah.
chapter 2.
Fuck.
Yeah. So negative 5.2. Yeah, and if it's tricky with the slidey bar, you can actually just like type it in to get it changed. And then we'll apply that. And then you're going to export the audio. And you can kind of see visually, that definitely changed. And I just put like underscore edit at the end, so I knew that it was different, but you can save it as whichever you want.
I hope this works.
Yep. All right. So then
This
we're
is
gonna try
frustrating.
replacing it and see what happens. Fingers crossed.
I'm like holding my breath over here. I swear ACX is like, I am so tired of this dude trying to upload stuff.
Oh no. It's a computer. It doesn't care. Man, like a decade ago, they didn't have this, and so they manually had humans do it. So you had to wait days to find out, and then they'd email you back in detail, and you'd be like, "Can you tell me how to fix that?" Like, this is so much more convenient. So now they have the computer software, just figure it out. And then after your author or publishing company approves, then they forward it to their people who check everything, and then they submit it for distribution. So, but
Exciting
yeah, once it
times,
gets through
exciting
this,
times.
usually I'm okay. If anything, it's just like the publisher or the author is like, "Hey, can you redo this, this, and this? Or you mispronounced this right here." And you're like, "Oh, sorry. I didn't know how to say that weird ancient civilization name." Sometimes I look online and I can't find stuff. I'm like, how to pronounce this? And the internet does not know the word.
Mm.
And I'm like, oof.
I
Then
was like,
then
I'm
you
just
either
gonna give it my
try to make
best
it up
shot.
or you email them and be like, how do I pronounce this?
Have they ever emailed you back? I have no idea. I just like,
I just wrote it. I don't
right?
know.
Like,
I have had an author
let me
before
get
be
back to you
like,
on that one.
I have these ideas, but I really am looking forward to seeing how someone else brings it to life. And so, like, I have had an author just kind of let me decide, and be like, well, I
Mm.
had sort of envisioned it as pronounced this way, but, you're doing it this way, and that's okay too. Like, so that's kind of funny because I feel like
Ah, it's
it depends
in
on the author. Perfect. It's approved.
victory.
Excellent.
Yes.
So then let's go ahead and upload the chapter one file that I had sent through, and then let's also tweak the like opening introduction as well.
I do not remember. Where did that go? That went into a totally different folder. But okay, that was weird. Oh man.
So let's go ahead and open up the Unearthing Haunted Towns. Is that's just like an introduction or yeah, 14
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah.
that's the introduction.
Okay, great. And it looks like there's like extra little things like that are like in between the chapters. You can just delete those. They don't, you can just do the full chapter. Alrighty.
Oh, where's
Yeah, so we're gonna check that out in Audacity. What did they say on the site needed to be fixed here? Was it the volume again? Because it doesn't look
yeah, it was
as loud as
the
the other.
three it was the three DP 3 DPK.
Okay.
Uh,
Ah, so the peaks are the issue here. All right, so
yeah.
for this one, it's gonna be all right, so let's go ahead and do compressor and limiter, and let's check your settings there. All right, let's go ahead and apply that. Good. Ah,
Yes,
so
chapter
one's
one went in.
accepted, and then let's go to limiter as well. Great. And apply. Okay. And let's see what happens if we just export it. See what it says. See if that fixed it. It does still look to me like some of the like louder and softer are like pretty drastically apart. But let's see if that's good enough, and then we might have to tweak it a little more. So you can kind of visually see that like there are really loud moments and then softer moments, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
I
so
definitely feel like chapter one's my not chapter one, the introduction's like my weakest recording.
oh
I was like, oh man.
yeah, I would say with more practice, you're gonna get where it's a little more consistent in volume and you can be expressive without being like louder and softer and louder and softer. And then it just makes the editing easier. So yeah, if we need to tweak it a little bit more, that's okay. Sometimes I'll actually manually go in and like highlight spots that are drastically softer and bump them up a little bit. Like just add a few decibels
Gotcha.
so that it flows a little more and it stays a little more consistent.
Gotcha.
Because the limiter and the compressor, they're like subtle. And sometimes I just do it multiple times. If I'm like, I need to compress again, then I just do. So we'll see what it says. And then if we need to, we'll tweak it again, which is fine. Alrighty, so what does it say now?
Gotta lower it
Ah,
by
okay, it's too loud
6.
now. By 6? No way. It doesn't look like that to me. Okay. Can you like
Uh,
scroll back to the left? Because like at this point it doesn't appear too loud to me. But
how
yeah, maybe
far?
yeah. I mean, so that's what it says. So then you just go to effect, amplify. But like you see there are moments that are so much softer, right?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Okay, go to effect. And let's do loudness normalization and apply that.
Whoa.
Now go back to compressor and limiter
And then just reapply
and
compressor
apply
and
those.
limiter.
Yeah. And then your limiter, you're going to see everything grow. Okay. Now go to amplify and apply that. That's a lot, right? All right, let's
Yeah.
try it. Apply.
Okay.
Do you have the entire track selected? Can you like scroll back and forth?
Oh,
Oh, okay. It just took a second to apply. All right, let's try that and see what happens. Because the amplify is supposed to sense like where the line is and make sure that you never peak out, like or go in the
gotcha.
red. All right. So now let's try uploading it again. Yeah, there's a lot of like loud and soft and loud and soft that we're seeing in there. Can you kind of like scroll to the front a little bit more so I can just kind of visually see?
How fast you want me to go? If you want me to go faster, just let me know.
And then question, do you feel like the spacing is good where you like cut in and out?
Yeah, like that helped me like
Great.
to either like go back and like fasten it up or slow it down or like take breathers and stuff.
Yeah,
So that's
great.
just kind of like why I kept
Yeah,
those there.
awesome. I do that too. All right, let's see what it says. Peaks and too high. 7 decibels. It doesn't look that high, so there's got to be like a certain spot. Um, okay. All right. Let's try. So the peaks are still too much. Let's go back to effect. Let's do compressor limiter, amplify. We're gonna lower the volume, but like it doesn't look that loud visually.
Pressure. Then
Apply.
just
Yep, those look fine. And then you're gonna do limiter again and apply. And then we're gonna go to effect and amplify. And so it's saying,
it said 7, I believe.
yeah, it says to go up, but we're gonna go down. So let's do like -5 for now ish. Um, and then apply that. Does it still sound normal? Can you play it? Because sometimes if you mess with it too much, it stops sounding right. Does it still sound good?
Yeah. It
Cool.
just sounds like I just remember being, I guess, like louder because it does sound
Oh,
way
yeah. Right.
lower than what I remember.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try uploading that because like it looks so soft. But so it's got to be the peaks that it's sensing. Yeah, so I would recommend trying to, as you're reading, stay at a consistent volume throughout and be expressive in other ways with like your pauses and the intensity. Like I can sound like I'm whispering, but still be at the same volume as when I go to here, right? Or I can
Gotcha.
sound really intense and angry, but I'm really at the same volume, which will just make your life a little bit easier with the editing.
Copy that.
Yeah, I'm like surprised because it visually does not look like it's very loud. And you try to make it as like consistent with the tracks as possible. So that's where I'm like, that's odd to me. But fingers crossed, hopefully this is the one. Hopefully it likes it.
Oh,
Heck
it waited.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
waited.
so now you know to play with it. Yeah, so you can
Ooh.
go to like the Crescent City, you can go to the dot 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 and just delete that because it looks like there are some extra tracks, like sections between chapters, and it should just be the chapter.
Yeah, like at
Like
first I didn't
Southern
know.
Elegance, you can take out.
Gotcha.
It would only be if they were like crazy long chapters, like 2 hours long, and then you'd have to break them into other sections. Yeah, so you can delete that. So all those you can take out and you just need the actual chapters, not the like in between sections.
Copy that. Copy
That's just
that.
part of the chapter. Witches and other something. And then ghosts. And then the ancient cities something. And then mining for ghosts. And then a city of haunted something. And then colonial spirits. Hmm. You don't need the appendix. You
Copy
probably
that.
like the conclusion I think you can do, but then you probably don't need like any of these others. Yeah. So that's just because of like somehow it just like auto sensed things and put it in. Yeah. And then you'll do your opening credits and closing credits based on their suggestion there. And then you'll also at the end, you're going to take a 5 minute sample. So you usually take the very first file and just the first like 4 to 5 minutes as your retail audio sample because it's going to automatically take the first 5 minutes of the book on some sites, and then others you pick the retail audio sample. So you can pick really whatever section you want. It just can't have like
Gotcha.
profanity or anything too explicit, like too gory, violent, or like too sexual. They don't want that. Um, but it's just to like get a vibe for it. So I usually just take the first file and take like the first 4 to 5 minutes, use that as the retail audio sample. And you'll want to have still the like half a second to a second at the opening, and then you'll want to have like a second to 2 seconds at the end. Cool.
Okay. Copy
All right.
that. Copy that.
Yeah. So then that's what's left there. Let's go ahead and shift our focus to character voices. Alrighty. So you said that you had some characters that you've been wanting to explore. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like I guess like creature
Creatures. So you
characters.
said
Yeah.
Stitch was one.
Yeah.
Who are other characters in shows that are like animals or creatures?
Like dang, kind of like the only other one I'm not gonna say the only
E.T.
other one. Oh, shit. I was like,
Gizmo from Gremlins or Toothless from
actually,
How to Train Your Dragon.
yeah. And then I was
That'd be
thinking
fun.
like, oh, like the Monster Inc. characters or
Oh,
like Rufus from Kim Possible. Yeah.
yeah. I love that. Okay. Rufus would be fun. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Excellent. Creature characters.
Did you
Excellent,
want me to
excellent.
stop sharing my screen
Oh, sure, yeah.
or
Yeah, that's totally fine now. Okay, so hmm. Lilo and Stitch is such a good movie.
I'm
I
really
was
hoping
told
this
by
live
a
action's good.
Hawaiian that people in Hawaii love Lilo and Stitch, but they hate Moana. Or not hate, but they're just like, it's not
Mm,
accurate. Whereas Moana, Lilo
mm.
and Stitch, they're like, that's accurate. That's like more real. And they said like even the like the native traditions and beliefs and things, they're like, yeah, they took a lot of creative liberties. Like that's not accurate.
Uh, like
Which is
like one of
funny.
the coolest things about I guess about Lilo and Stitch is like Nani. Like I didn't realize when I was younger, but when I was older, and they're like, yeah, she was like a superstar surfer because like in one of the scenes you see like all the trophies and medals that she won,
Yeah.
and then it's like she gave all that up to like raise Lilo. I was like, oh dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I
I was
know. All
like,
right, so let's play with Stitch. And we're just gonna try this phrase that has kind of like a, stitchy vibe. Um, and we're gonna try to create a voice. And if you feel like there are like random sounds and things that Stitch would make too, we can try those.
okay, gotcha. I always I've never done a creature voice before. This is
So,
different.
so how would you describe Stitch's voice?
Uh, I wouldn't say like scratchy, but like ah, uh, like
Scratchy,
I guess
sure.
yeah. And then very not like when you're snoring, but like right before you snore,
Oh.
like if you're gum or like yeah. And then I would say he hits every word that he knows and
Yes.
tries.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
family, right?
yeah, like he.
Yeah,
Then I would
so we're just
say,
gonna
yeah.
play. We're just gonna play with some sounds.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, all right. This is my family. I found it all on my own.
Nice. Yeah, good. All right, so let's try something a little bit different. Just like play with the sounds. And I feel like we could use some like Hawaiian words too, like mahalo, things like that.
See, I would, but I will be completely honest with you. I don't know any Hawaiian words
Oh, it's
that I don't
okay.
want to like say it wrongly.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What if you said like Lilo's name as Stitch?
Uh,
Like, what if she disappeared, you lost her for a minute, and then she like reappears and you're so excited to see her and you're like relieved because you were scared.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So
I
it's
feel
like
like
lost.
Stitch has a little bit of like a lisp too, like a little
Mm,
kid, instead of like Lilo, family, you know,
yeah.
Mahalo. Like Lilo would have more of like a, I mean, sorry, Stitch would have more of like a like baby talk, like we will. Family.
I never even thought of it like that.
Like like a little muddier, stickier,
Mm.
not as good at
Ooh.
diction because he didn't grow up hearing English. So
True point, true point, true point.
so it's all like new sounds. It's like a little animal
Oh,
trying to like, you know, a dog being like, "Hello." You
oh,
know.
oh.
I feel like Lilo's a little like that.
Legal, legal family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where you can like still tell what they're trying to say, but it's not super clear. Yeah,
Gotcha,
exactly.
gotcha.
Yeah, with a little more of that like so it almost sounds to me like you're kind of on the verge of a yawn too, like "We won't
Mm.
more." Like it's a little more open in the back. Um that little like like crackly kind of like
Right.
raspy sound. And then that like kind of like using the palate back there for like the guttural roll R's kind of a feeling, like the German like
I don't even think I
kind of
could
a
do
feeling.
that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's try just like you run to like your family and you give them a big hug and you say like family the way that Stitch would say it.
Family, family,
Yeah, good. What if we instead of the L do a little more of like a we, family?
family, family, family,
Family,
family,
family.
family.
Yeah. And then let's try like um Lilo gets hurt and you're sad and you're like hurt. Like you're like, oh, you're hurt. Like a dog comes over and like nuzzles its person and is like, oh. Like so you're like all sad because she got hurt.
Gotcha. You hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, try it again.
You are hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what if you ran to get her help? She was like, go get help. And you run to get help and you're like trying to tell people and you're a little more panicked. Like, come. Clearly not hiding at this moment.
You hurt. You hurt.
Yeah, good. And then let's try mm, mm, maybe you are hiding at this point. Let's try like that you're like scared. And what would you say? Maybe just like hide, like you could say like hide, Stitch hide. Or like scary.
It's scary. It's scary. Hi.
Oh,
Hi. It's scary.
yeah, that's cute. That's good. That's awesome. Good. I found some phrases that we could use for Rufus. So describe for me a little bit about Rufus.
Like, I guess I would say like Rufus doesn't really say words.
Yeah, just like
He's very more like,
random
yeah.
sounds and like
Uh,
interjections. So he's a character, but he's just like,
yeah.
yeah, that's why I was like, okay, these are just like phrases we could try. That I like was looking up like things he says. So it's more of just like random moments, where
Yeah.
he makes a sound. So how would you describe Rufus's general sound? Like, does he sound like Scooby-Doo? Like,
Oh, man. Uh, I would definitely say like his sound is like very fast, but like with the squeak to it, at least like what I can kind of remember, because it's been a minute since I've watched Kid Possible.
yeah.
But it's like it's not like high, it's not like super high, but it's not super like low either. But it's like a very high squeak, like I'm trying to think of like somebody who would have it. But it's like very emotional, like it's very characteristic, if that makes sense. Like there's a
Hmm.
lot going on with that voice, even if it is just like a phrase, like you understand what he's saying with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So what's nice is that we have like direction here as well. I have like a happier approving sound. So you're like agreeing with them. And then like it has like nuh-uh when disagreeing or disapproving.
I think like something like
We've got like booyah, you know. Catchphrase, phrase, yum yum yum, eating nachos. Yeah, so thinking about the character's voice, what are some things that you're like used to hearing sound wise? Like, is it a warmer tone, a brighter tone? Is it more like a bark? Is it
Definitely like
more,
a brighter, excited tone.
"Ruff"? Yeah, like a
Yeah,
happy,
like
excited dog
yeah,
sound. Yeah. Brighter, excited, faster, energy. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. And okay, phrases. I would, yeah. I've, I don't even think I've done like phrases for like a human. Uh, okay, ah, yum, 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 yum.
I love that one. Yum, 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 yum. Good. What about the laughing one?
Okay.
Good. And then the uh-oh.
Oh,
Nice. Good. So really contrasting from the other. That was great. Good. I just put one phrase for Scooby I thought would be fun. Um, so Scooby definitely has more of like a lispy kind of sound. And he always has a kind of woof, kind of like so like replacing with like the R's in the front is something he does a lot. So the rut-row raggy instead of shaggy, right? Um, and then I would say he has a little more of that like oh, kind of a sound, like kind of like there's a big cave back here. That kind of a feeling back here.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try the roll raggy. And he has like a lower pitch too. Roll raggy.
Raggy.
Yeah.
Raggy. Oh man.
Raggy. Yeah, so keep it
Raggy.
really rounded and open like a big cave. Roll raggy.
Raggy.
Yeah. And then let's try like Scooby Snack, maybe like Scooby Snacks.
Snacks.
Yeah, exactly. So he has that very like Scoo oh, Scooby Snacks.
Snacks.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought that'd be kind of a fun one to put in. I thought E.T. would be good. So here are some like phrases that he says in the film E.T. Phone Home, obviously. Um, like the I'll be right here and he touches his heart like he's like I'll be right there in your heart or like when he's practicing giggling and chuckling like humans and he has those like heavy raspy breathing sounds throughout the movie. you know so those are some phrases for ET that we can work through, and I also found some phrases for the Monsters Inc. characters as well. I was thinking that Randall Boggs could be a fun one. He's got like the snake hissing sounds, slithering noises, sinister chuckles, It's like the, and like,
Who's the lady that's like, I'm always watching you? Like,
oh, Roz? Oh, yeah,
yeah,
she's great. Yeah, the
she
I'm
kills me.
watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. This one. And she has like grumblies and like throat clearing coughs. Yeah. Yeah, she's fun too. Yeah. Or like we could do boo lines, like
Oh yeah, those
her
are good.
like
Those are good.
baby babbles and like squeals and high-pitched laughter and like Kitty, right? Mike Wazowski. But yeah. Yeah, so let's try the Roz line there.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Good. Yeah, so you'll probably want to go a little bit higher in pitch. I want to go lower in pitch, but you'll probably want to go a little bit higher in pitch and keep that
Gotcha.
really raspy quality like she smokes a lot.
Yeah. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Nice. Good. And I think you can stretch it out even more. Always watching. Yeah, like you can stretch it even more on those vowels.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is. It's like, ooh, a little fatiguing. Yeah.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Yeah, good. Nice. And then let's try some of her coughs that she does. The like
I feel like those are all too real sometimes. Oh.
It's
See, it's already gotten me. It's already gotten me.
okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Um, why don't we try one of the ET lines? Just like give your soul a little break. Like the
Be completely honest with you, you might have to say these because I have not really watched the movie in years, so
hey,
I
that's
don't
okay. I haven't
really
watched it in a long
know.
time either.
Don't really remember how ET kind of sounds like. I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
I get it. Let's see. Oh, I totally forgot it was Drew Barrymore who was in this. I just looked him up to remember. Yeah, he has like it's like buzzy meditative sounds like be good, Elliot. Like I'm gonna check out the I'll be right there here heart pointing line. Yeah, you can always go like find them online, like
Being
clips.
good. You said it's like a meditating chest. Be- Being good. And no, I feel like I'm already messing up his lines. E.T. E- Right?
Ouch.
Yeah.
He's kind of like slow and drags out and is kind of that like I'll be right here. Phone home.
That's good. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was
So it's
good.
all like right in the back of my mouth and using like the the palate and the tongue area right there in the back of the mouth and that like glottis.
He, good.
Yeah.
Okay. E.T. Oh,
Can you try
no.
like gargling water for me? Go like pretend you're gargling water. Yeah, and I'll try the be
Be
good.
good.
Yeah, I know it feels funky. That's pretty good. Yeah, good. All right, so if I said just create, what if we, so I think it'd be really fun, our next session, if we find like random cartoon pictures and you just create characters for them, like create character voices for them, not knowing what they sound like.
Okay.
So you just have to make something up. My student Izzy and I did that. We took like cartoon characters from like the 20s, 30s, 40s, like so she would have no idea who they were or what they sounded like. And she had to basically like improv, like come up with who the character is, what their personality is, what they would sound like, and improv some character lines for the character based on just what we saw. Because
Gotcha.
sometimes you will get auditions where they're like, click this button to like see a picture of the character, and like, here's a description of what the character is like, and here's the script to follow, and you'll have like a picture to go off of, but it's not a show that's out yet. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, that was something that we practiced, and it was really, really fun for her, but also I think it helped her to be really creative and find character voices that aren't necessarily like what someone else came up with, but
mm,
utilizing your strengths, which I think can be really
gotcha.
fun and helpful. So,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
and then you have a bunch of character voices just developed in your tool belt, and you can just pull them out whenever you need them,
Copy
which is
that. Copy
great.
that. Will do. Will do. Question.
Yeah,
Can I use Tom, Jerry, and I don't remember the bulldog that was in their show since they're silent characters?
yeah,
Whatever.
sure, yeah. Why not?
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So
I've always had a
maybe
voice in
maybe
my head
like
for them.
practicing on your own, you could come up with some character voices for them. I love that.
Will.
But I still think it can be helpful to sometimes take characters that have been created already, and try to make the voices because sometimes you'll have auditions where they're like, I need someone who can sound similar to what this other person already did.
Mm,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Copy that. Copy that.
Like Blake in Angel Dust and Has Been Hotel had to like match someone else in the audition. They
Mm,
were like, "Hey, listen to this other person and try to sound like them." Um, so
that's like,
that happens sometimes too. Or you'll get like where they already have a singer for the song and you have to like sound like you could be the character for that singer, like things like that too. Sometimes where one person will sing and one will act. So they'll like try to find someone who can sound similar. So, yeah.
copy that. Copy that.
Yeah. So, some fun situations you might encounter. So, I think it would be cool to try to play with that. So let's see if we can get another chunk of the book recorded, another chapter, and then see if you can get the editing. If not, we can just figure it out together, no worries. And then we're going to try working with character pictures and then creating character personalities and voices based on that. Yeah?
Copy that. Will do. Will do.
Excellent work today, MacArthur. Did you have fun?
I did. I did. It
That
was a
was great.
very, very intriguing day. Very intriguing
Yeah,
day.
very cool. So keep being creative and experimenting and playing with sounds. We have to make ugly sounds before we can make refined, intentional sounds. Yeah. So sometimes we have to just open ourselves up to like making ugly, weird sounds. And then you explore and you figure out what you can do, and then you can utilize that. So
True point. True point.
keep playing with it.
I got you. I got you. Will do. I will do that.
Awesome. And then normally Mondays will work. I just didn't have an alarm go off. And then I
You're
also
fine.
didn't have my phone, so I didn't know like when things were scheduled. And it was weird.
It's
My
all
husband
good.
used my phone for the flashlight, and I didn't realize. And then I didn't have it. And it, then I just, didn't wake up and didn't do the thing. So Monday, 10:30, is that good for you still?
Actually, next week,
No,
yeah.
next week's different. Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Cool.
be
That's
in
all right.
Texas all week next week.
Woo, nice. Okay, so then we'll
So
go for the following March 3rd,
yeah, that should work. That should work.
10:30. Perfect. Well, that's exciting. Are you going for vacation? Are you going for like work or fun,
Uh, it's
family?
family. It's my brother. He's graduating boot camp next week.
Oh,
So,
right. Ah, yes, for the Air Force. That's in San Antonio, right?
yep. Yep.
Ah, yes. Oh, that's cool.
That's gonna be good.
Very cool. Yeah, I had to go there for work one time. So, yeah, very cool.
It'll be a
Nice.
long drive.
Nice.
So it'll be worth it.
Yeah, they have like a whole base there and stuff too.
Yeah.
I know somebody who long, long ago was stationed there. They're old now, like, I don't know, 70 something. So, but long, long ago, they lived there and were stationed there. But yeah, I think everybody who does Air Force, unless they're officer, they go somewhere else. But I think everybody who does basic for Air Force goes there for training. So
Mm. Did not
cool.
know that. That's dope. That's
Nice.
dope.
My cousin's right now at the Air Force Academy. He decided to go to college there. So yeah,
Oh,
he's loving it.
snap.
And
Nice,
then I
nice.
have it's my husband's stepbrother just started in the Navy. So he just
Oh,
got put on a submarine. So he's off somewhere. I don't know. I was talking to Missy, his mom, and she was like, "Of course, he got the assignment he wanted, and it's like super dangerous." She was like, "I hate to be the mom who's like, please don't die." But he's excited about it. Tommy's stoked. Yeah. So
that's good.
he's doing like navigation, I think, but he's
Hmm.
loving it. Very cool. I hope he's excited.
I mean, he seemed like the last time he
Yeah.
taught us. So
In my
yeah.
opinion, the Air Force is the best branch to be in. The other branches call it the corporation because it's so different. It's like the newest
Mm,
branch, and it's like the others have like old school tradition embedded in them, and like,
mm.
you know, whereas the Air Force is a little more like progressive. So, yeah. I actually know someone who was in the Marines, and after their first like round of it, they quit and joined the Air Force because they were like, no. They were like, the meathead thing is not for me.
Yeah.
No offense to
So
the Marines. I think very highly of them. But he
uh,
was just like, it was not for me.
uh, like
And he
my
switched.
I guess cousin-in-law. Like we know we went to high school with him, but then he married our cousin. So
Oh,
we known him
okay.
for a minute.
Yeah,
But
you're like friend
he's
slash cousin.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
been
that's
in the
fun.
Marines for like 12 years. He's like a drill sergeant. And like
Oh,
I'm so glad I know like the civilian side you because he be showing us like videos, like he
and you're
makes
like,
people
you're
like clean
scary.
everything. I'm like, I'm so glad I know this side of you. Like I'm yeah. I'm like,
You're like,
you're
I'm
very
really
different at work.
thankful that I live in the civilian side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my grandpa was a lifer in the National Guard. He like became a general in the end. He died and he was still in. He like was doing his daily run in the morning and had a heart
Dang.
attack. So he like was
Dang.
in his 70s though, but he was a lifer. He was in it. So he loved it. I mean, he was like some people I think just thrive in an environment like that that's so structured and like they
Hmm.
do really well with it. Um, I don't feel like I would.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Trust me.
I'm like, I'll stay a civilian, thanks.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you guys go. I'm like, I appreciate you guys, signing up
Yeah.
for it.
I did actually audition for both the Army and the Air Force to be a singer in bands, and I could have done it, and then I just ultimately decided I was like, it's not for me.
Yeah,
And like, even though being a musician would be different, like, they're like, even though you're technically in,
right.
everyone else is like, psh, we just think of you as like a private contractor. Like the musicians are not like normal soldiers. You still go through basic and everything, but I just in the end was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
want to
blame
have
you.
to like get yanked out of my bed at who knows when to go run and do like dead bugs and stuff at basic and then I don't know,
Yeah.
get up at like 6 a.m. and go work out for 2 hours every morning.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
I
Like
also
I'm
was like, I'm just telling you, I'm never gonna shoot someone. So like, even if we're at war, like I'll just let them shoot me. And they were like, the Air Force was like, we will guarantee that you will never see combat as a musician. But the Army did not. The Army was like, You
You
might
might
have to
have
go
to
into
go.
combat. And I was like, nope, bye. So yeah, I was like, I think this is not for me, guys. When I sing, I like to wear like high heels and cute dresses, not like army uniforms. So yeah. I mean, I could have done it. I would have been fine, but I think I'm just happier not. So
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
I'm like other family members can do their part and serve, and I'll
Right.
just be my quirky creative self. Well, I hope you have a blast in San Antonio. I think it's beautiful. It'll be nice to like see a different place. You can visit the Alamo, get some history. It's kind of small and anticlimactic, but it's still cool to be like, I've been to the Alamo, you know? And they have this beautiful river walk. The restaurants are kind of expensive there, but it is pretty darn fun to sit under like colorful umbrellas and eat tacos and have mariachi bands come up and like sing songs for you. So I feel like it's worth it to pay a few extra dollars for your taco and get the full-on experience.
Copy that. Copy that. Will do. Will do.
So, yeah. And like the weather's wonderful for like going to the pool year round. So, yeah, maybe you'll stay at a hotel with a pool and you can like take advantage of that. Just saying.
Most definite. Most definite. Most
And
definite.
actually, you could just while you're there, just like drive across the border, go to Mexico for fun.
That would be
You know,
nice.
go have
That would
some
be nice.
legit tacos, buy a sombrero, come back, sing with the mariachi band before you go home. So I hope you have fun and
We try.
congrats. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks then.
All right.
Have a great time.
You
Safe
as well.
travels. I've
Appreciate it.
heard some
Appreciate it.
people mention some like troubling things with flying recently, like apparently a helicopter crashing into a plane in DC. So thank goodness you won't be in DC,
Yeah.
but safe travels to you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I feel like we need it. I feel like we need it.
That like blows my mind. Because
Yeah.
wasn't it like a, I don't
Like
know,
a
like a
Black Hawk.
CIA
Yeah, it was a Black
helicopter
Hawk
or something?
helicopter. Yeah.
Like, and you
It
don't
should
like
it should have
communicate
had
in the sky with, traffic
should
control,
yeah.
air traffic control?
It should have had good mobility to get out the way, even at that distance
I
too.
know
So
helicopters can zip around
yeah.
up and down and every which way.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
very
good because I
troubling.
think there's been like 9 more crashes since then. With like
That
not
blows my
helicopters, with
mind.
airplanes just like falling out the sky. Like there's like a whole video of like Delta coming in. They land, but then like they crash land or something. It looks like it's gonna be fine, and then bam, like they land fire. Like the landing gear goes out fire. They tip over and like spin on like their top side. Yeah, it was wild. I was
Yikes.
like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, I flew end of January, early February, and I was fine.
Well,
So,
glad you're fine. Glad you're fine.
and I had 4 flights for that. So,
Oh,
and went to another country. So, like, I lived, and I believe you will too. I hope so. But
appreciate it. Appreciate
my good thoughts and energy go with you. I mean, I don't think the pilots want to die, so
it.
I
Yeah,
think they're going to
yeah,
do
yeah,
their
yeah,
best
yeah.
for you.
Yeah,
So,
most definite. Most definite.
and at least, hopefully it's like one flight straight in. I don't know. Hopefully it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
quick
it
and
should be
easy.
one flight.
Yeah.
So,
So, hopefully quick and easy, just like a regular thing, no complications, no crazy weather storms or anything. Just in and out, easy peasy. Keep my fingers crossed
fingers
for you.
crossed.
Let me know you're alive and well. Alrighty, well, actually, it's more like a week and a half. So, yeah, because we met late this time. So, perfect. And you probably won't have a ton of time to practice, but that's okay. Enjoy the time you have. Annoy the people on the plane with practicing character voices. And, who am I kidding? Take a nap or watch a movie. And then I'll see you in a week and a half, okay?
Copy that. Copy that.
Alrighty, I'll see you soon. Bye, McArthur.